morning. Welcome to Power Yoga with Evie. My name's Evie, and thank you, YMCA, for hosting this yoga class. Let's go ahead and get ready. Grab a mat, grab coffee or water, and let's go. Oh boy. This morning we're going to start out in seated, and all you need for seated is yourself. So go ahead and get a comfortable setup. So for me, I'm just going to relax my legs here. I'm going to make sure I can feel the ground with my sits bones. And this morning, I'm going to place my hands on my knees to ground down. And then lean back in my seat so that I can sit up nice and tall. You're welcome to close your eyes and begin to breathe, just noticing your breath coming in and then leaving your body. Let's take a big breath in through the nose. And exhale from the nose, Ujjayi breath. Start to notice any thoughts that are drifting in or drifting out. And see if you can just come back to your present moment. Choosing to focus on your breath to bring you back. Maybe the sounds in the room or the temperature of the room bring you back to present moment. Go ahead and flutter the eyes open. Take a big breath in and reach your hands up overhead, bringing your palms together and down at heart center. Let's take 3 breaths together. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Beautiful. Go ahead and get started. Sorry, we did get started. Let's make our way to child's pose. Allow your knees to go wide in your child's pose and sit your hips back towards your heels. Slide the hands overhead and bring the forehead to rest in the center of the mat. Sometimes I keep my forearms up so I can continue to press into my stretch. Other times I let my forearms relax. It's up to you. This morning I'm going to push into my palms so that I get a little more length in my stretch. And let's come back to the breath. Let's start that Ujjayi breath again, in through the nose, out through the nose. On your next inhale, come up to tabletop. Keeping with your Ujjayi breath, move through cat and cow. And if you're curious about that type of breath, it just means inhaling and exhaling from the nose. But that exhale is strong and you can feel it in the back of your throat. Inhale to open the shoulders and lift the chin. Exhale, rounding the spine. Coming back to neutral spine, make sure you've got enough space around you to stretch out your limbs. So I'm going to just take a little bit of step back on my mat. My knees are under my hips and my hands are directly under my shoulders to make a square formation. I'm going to take my right hand forward, pressing through my fingertips, and at the same time push my heel back. Remember, pushing things out of the way is okay. Come into your breath. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the nose, Ujjayi breath. And now let's inhale, bend the knee. Exhale, reach back for the toes, ankle, shin, and breathe. And then extend your leg long. Take that hand up to the sky. A little extra balance here this morning. So if you're finding you're having challenge with your balance, the best that I can offer you is to think about pushing through your heel, extending into the bottom of your foot and then all the way through your fingertips. And the same goes for your hand and knee that are on the ground, just pushing into the ground. Let's go ahead and take a couple more breaths. Ujjayi. And bend the knee, reach back for the toes or ankle. So this posture can really help activate the core muscles, but very subtly, so we're not getting that heart rate jacked up all of a sudden. Let's go ahead and reach up, take a nice big stretch, and then come back down to the mat. Feel free to move around here, swaying the hips. Maybe cat-cow feels good. Make your way to downward dog when you're ready. This morning in downward dog, maybe try something new, maybe something you don't normally do. Could be anything. Maybe you want to come out to a high plank to activate abs. Perhaps you want to spread your fingers or your toes. Let's try something new. Being aware of that little change. And then when you're ready, step or jump up to your hands. And let's hang it ragdoll. And this morning my ragdoll looks a little twisty. I'm working on really opening up the backs of my legs and letting go of tension in my shoulders. So I'm going to add a little bit of arm bind to my ragdoll this morning, and you can do whatever feels good in your body. And then let's bring the hands down and heel toe feet together. Coming back to the breath. Take an inhale, halfway lift up. And fold, exhale. Inhale, halfway lift up. And fold, exhale. Inhale, halfway lift up. Final one. Exhale, fold. And from here, let's take a little time to twist or travel. Inhale and exhale. And when you're ready, take your time, bend your knees, and come up to stand. Nice tall posture. Inhale, reach up overhead. And exhale into a fold. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Step back into a high plank position. Pause. We're going to reconnect with the breath, so let's not lose it. Inhale, and then exhale into your chaturanga. We'll push up. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. And then repeat. Come up to your hands, take a halfway lift up, and fold. Rise up, take a breath, exhale, fold. Halfway lift, forward fold, step into your chaturanga. I want to remind you to keep your elbows close to your body as you're moving through that low push-up. And let's take the right toes to the sky. Stretching, stretching, stretching. Left toes. Let's take the right toes up again. And then bring the knee opening up the hip. We're going to drop down into tabletop and do that one again. So extend the leg, bend the knee, twisting open the hip. And let's take a little bit of elbow to knee, knee to elbow, just to open up that quadricep. I just think I'm a little tight. It's going to affect my posture. So you're in tabletop, opening the hip, bringing the knee up towards the elbow. Just move around, maybe circling from the knee. Whatever feels good. This is going to help get muscles ready for balance and for our vinyasa. And since we're here, we're going to just repeat that on the left. Circling through the hip, maybe bringing that knee up to the elbow, shooting it back. So think about opening up from the front of the body, quad, hip, spewing it out. Let's reconnect with the breath. Nice. Sway the hips. And then move all the way down onto your belly. Setting up for just one little locust pose here. Relax your arms and belly. Take a big breath and collect everything to lift off the ground. And we're going to be here for 5 breaths. So really feeling those muscles waking up. Breath is moving through your body. Beautiful. Come all the way down. Let's shake out the knees real quick and then move back into our downward dog, taking some inhales and exhales as we go. All right, back into our sun salutation, stepping up to the feet to hands, and reach up overhead. Inhale, exhale, fold. Halfway lift, exhale, fold. Inhale and rise. Have a seat chair pose. And if you need to, bring those feet together. Sitting the hips back, lifting the chest, reaching up, looking up, breathing here. You got this. Turn those leg muscles on. Take another breath and then exhale, fold. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold, step or float, chaturanga. Beautiful work. Back up to the hands, chair pose. And this morning, let's settle into a twist right away. So again, keeping the hips low, your torso is twisting, your hips are staying low. They're not twisting. There might be a little action going on in a twist back there, but for the most part, you want your upper body in the twist. Let's come back up to chair. Breathe and twist to your left. Hips are low. A couple more breaths. Push into your heels. Toes are relaxed. Let's come back into chair. Final breath. Exhale, fold. Halfway lift up. And fold. Chaturanga, step or float. And take just a few breaths in downward dog. Pedaling out the feet if that feels good. Shaking out the hips or the head. We'll be here for another breath. And then when you're ready, sweep those right toes up to the sky. Inhale as you lift. Exhale, draw the knee up to the nose. Find your warrior one. Reaching up into warrior one. And just land, warrior one. Pushing into the back foot, into the side of the back foot. So you might need to roll the back foot onto the mat. You might need a little more space in your front foot. Take another breath, reach up. Exhale into humble warrior. Nice work out there. Let's go ahead and take a couple more breaths. Humble warrior. And then bring your hands to the mat. Step your back foot forward. Fold. Halfway lift up. Exhale, fold. One more, halfway lift up. Exhale, fold. Plant your hands, move through your chaturanga. Inhale the left toes to the sky. Exhale, knee to nose, warrior one. And settle in. Let's go ahead and take another breath in. Humble warrior, exhale. Nice work. 2 more breaths. And forward fold. Bring the hands down, back foot steps forward. Halfway lift up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. One more halfway lift. Inhale. Fold, exhale. We're going to transition back into warrior one on the right. Step the left foot back. Bend the right knee, reach up. Warrior one. And just stay. 2 more breaths. Hands come to the mat. Step forward. Fold. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Left side, warrior one. Right foot's going to step back. Inhale to reach up. Two more breaths. And forward fold. Back foot steps forward. Let's go ahead and heel toe the feet together and wrap the arms around the legs. Shake out your head if that feels good. Release your hands. Take a halfway lift up. Forward fold. Let's move into warrior two. That front foot is going to come to the center of the mat while the back foot steps wide. And remember, the side of your back foot is parallel to the end of the mat. Warrior two. Reverse. Reach forward and reach back. Stay low in the front knee. Let's take side angle. Come back to warrior two. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, reverse. Side angle. Exhale it out. And let's take an extended side angle. So if you have a blocker or a book, feel free to use that. Couple more breaths. Maybe that top arm comes around the back. And let's breathe. 3, 2, and 1. Bring the hands down into your high plank. Low push-up. Upward facing dog to downward facing dog. Left side warrior two. Reverse. Side angle. Warrior two, inhale. Reverse, inhale. Side angle. And then extend. Take another deep breath and then let that go. We're going to move into child's pose. Feel free to move through your chaturanga vinyasa. Let's go ahead and take 4 deep breaths in our child's pose. Reset. All right. Let's come up into a hero's pose. Have a seat on your legs, on your shins. And this morning we're going to lean back, grab the floor, grab your hands. Palms press. And then just lift up through the hips. Nice big quad stretch. Relax your head. Let's take a couple deep breaths. And release your hips. Come all the way down and set up on your back. We're going to take bridge pose. Let's go ahead and take a couple rounds of bridge. Feel free to stay in your bridge pose for 4 or 5 breaths, and then take a rest with your back on the ground. Really explore that full expression, and maybe even going into wheel pose is something that's in your practice this morning. let's complete our final bridge and bring the knees into chest. Let's just take a few circles here. Maybe even a happy baby if that feels good this morning. Gently rocking side to side, coming back to your breath. You lost your breath along the way. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Let's go ahead and bring the soles of the feet together and relax the feet onto the floor. Take your arms up overhead for a full stretch. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Just feeling that breath this morning. Here we go. Take one final breath and let that go. Hug your knees to your chest and rock up, coming into seated. Coming back into our easy seat, sits bones connected to the ground, shoulders are relaxed. Let's close our eyes. And here in seated, go ahead and take a moment to turn your head to the right and to the left. So think about your breath moving as you're moving your body, allowing those distractions to just be in that wayside are not important right now. Gently bring your gaze and your face back to center and start to lift the chin up and drop the chin down. Same breath work here. Inhale and exhale. So a lot of times we get into our power yoga practice full of steam, we do a bunch of postures, and then we're tired. So instead of just laying out and feeling sorry for ourselves that we can't finish a practice, we take an active recovery time, taking advantage of all that fresh circulation happening, bringing all that circulation back up into the brain, down into the heart. This is great for meditation as well. Let's come back to center and take an inhale, reach your hands up overhead. Feel free to open your eyes here. I'm going to grab one wrist and gently pull away towards the opposite side. I don't know about you, but I do a lot of yoga, and so it's really nice just to have inhale, reach back up to center, and exhale to the opposite side. It's really nice to have just a few minutes of gentle flow in my power yoga practice. Helps me really notice what muscles that I've been engaged and fatigued. It also makes me more conscious of my own normal posture. Let's inhale back up to center and exhale, folding over the legs. And you can also take your legs straight out here if that feels better. And let's go ahead and do just that. Taking the legs out, finding those shins, toes, ankles. Yeah, they're all there, right? Bringing one foot in for seated tree pose. Sit up nice and tall. When you're ready, inhale, reach your hands up overhead. Exhale towards your center or towards your foot that's extended. And just taking a few moments for deeper stretches. Another thing you can do is take your right arm inside your leg, or same side arm inside the same side leg, and reach up and over with the opposite arm to really make some space in the side body. But remember not to dump all of that into your shoulder. Think about creating space. We even like to take a little twist from time to time. And since we're here, we're going to go up for gate pose. Push into the hips, lift up off the ground. Take a big breath in, empty out, come down. We're going to do that twice more. Get ready. Inhale, lift up, gate pose. And come all the way down. Let's take another one. Deep breath to lift up. Strong exhale to release. Opposite side, seated tree. And here we go. Take a breath, reach up, holding towards the leg or to the center. See what feels good this morning. You're going to feel a lot more sensation if you're going away from that leg. You can always travel over there. See what feels good in your body. Nice work. Let's go ahead and come back to seated. Let's draw the shoulders up by the ears and then down the back. Sitting up nice and tall. I want you to take just 10 deep breaths in seated pose. Eyes can be open or closed. Start to roll the shoulders up and down. We're going to move forward into our tabletop and thread the needle. Let's take 2 more breaths on this side. And then switch. Reaching back up with those fingers, twisting from the torso. Exhale to release. Inhale to reach up. Exhale, thread the needle. And inhale to reach back up, twisting open. Exhale to release. All right, back into our downward facing dog. Curling toes, lifting hips. Inhale, right toes to the sky. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, toes to sky. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, step in warrior 2. Inhale, reverse warrior. And take triangle pose. Turn your hands to frame the front foot. Turn the back toes down onto the mat, lifting the back heel. Come into crescent lunge. And bring your hands to heart center, twisting to that side. Let's come back up into crescent. Taking your time, we're going to move into eagle pose. And airplane. And warrior three. Forward fold. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Step back and move through your chaturanga. Inhale, left toes to the sky. Exhale, knee to nose. Nose to sky, inhale. Exhale, knee to nose. Toes to sky, inhale. Exhale, warrior two. Reverse warrior. Triangle pose. And frame the front foot, coming into your crescent lunge. Twisting off to that side. Back into your crescent. Moving into eagle. Airplane and warrior three. Forward. Let's take hands behind the back. And then open up into a Gata squat. Crow pose. Hips down. Just take a moment to catch your breath. Feel free to try on any of those fun postures again, yogi's choice. Have fun. And when you're complete, let's go ahead and meet back in downward facing dog. Take a moment to reset and then move into your half pigeon pose. Right toes lift. Inhale, exhale, knee to nose. Bringing that shin forward. And just start to notice how your body feels, but also where your mind is wandering here. And come back to your breath, letting those thoughts fall to the side, taking time to relax, settling into oxygen. And maybe this morning you try something different to bring more ease into your posture. That could look like bending the back knee. Maybe that looks like taking pigeon even on your back. However, you can bring some ease into your posture. Try it out. And just give yourself permission to stay. Pigeon can bring on a lot of sensation. It can bring up a lot of feeling in the body, maybe traumas or memories, and it can be really a fearful time. Maybe it's intense for you. I really encourage you just to stay and let those feelings pass. Just think of the benefits of holding these really deep stretches and how detoxing they are to the body. Go ahead and start to come back up and moving into downward dog. Just take a few breaths to stretch out your leg. We're going to go into the opposite side, taking an inhale to lift the toes, and an exhale to bring the nose and knee together. Settling into your posture here. Remember, you're not alone. I'm doing this too. Even if you're not doing it at the same time as I am, we're doing this together. We're doing the work. Benefits are amazing. Improve circulation, improve flexibility, endorphins, yeah. Improve sleep, improve positivity. That's your choice, but I find that yoga makes me more positive. Lengthening of the muscles, that's a really big one. So if we don't use our muscles, they just get shortened and they get tight. So by stretching and getting into some deep stretches when you're warmed up, you help lengthen your muscle. And that prolongs a lot of other things. It improves a lot of things, including your muscles. So think of it that way. We all know it's good for us, but we're like, what's so great about it? Especially when it can feel intense, especially when the sensations are very strong. I also think that staying in something like a pigeon can give us endurance for our daily life when situations come up that force us to react, and maybe our reaction is patience or maybe compassion. These types of postures can be great for cultivating that attitude. So just stay with it. Don't beat yourself up if it's not a perfect pigeon. Think about metaphorically how it can help you in your daily life. Let's go ahead and start back into our downward dog. Nice work. Go ahead and walk your hands back to your feet. You can halfway lift up and fold. Inhale, root to rise, sweeping the arms overhead, bringing those palms together and down at heart center. We're going to move into our tree pose here. And switch to the other side, tree pose. Think about pressing your bottom of your foot into your leg and pushing back so it's a balance. Both legs are working to maintain your standing position. And let's bring that tree down, coming into mountain pose, just to reset in our feet and our hips. Think about drawing the pelvis in. I don't know if you can see, tucking in, getting nice and tall, relaxing the palms and shoulders, taking about 4 deep breaths. Nice. Take an inhale, lift your left hand up overhead, and exhale. Inhale, and bend your right knee, reaching for your right toes, dancer's pose. Coming back into that breath. And let's do that on the opposite side. Beautiful. Let's walk it out. I know, right? Breaking up the flow. Shake it out. Hip circles if that feels good. Before we bring our practice into a cool down and close, we're going to get into frog pose. So I find the easiest way to do frog pose is on my back. So I'm going to show you that this morning. You're going to need to make sure you have a wall or a couch or a bed nearby. Bring your mat up to that. And this morning, frog pose is just going to be really easy. So place your feet on that wall and then turn your toes out and walk your legs out so that they're about 90-degree angles. So this is your frog pose. A lot of times people take frog and the ground is here. But this morning we're just going to approach it from a gentle place. So come into your frog. You're going to notice a lot going on in your legs. Sensations, maybe tightness. That is okay. Give yourself a break. How often do you do this? Probably not very often. So drop all that mind, guilt, and just let your frog happen. Let yourself open up to possibility and really, really focus on the breath. Think about how detoxifying this posture can be for you. Let's breathe in together and breathe out together. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Just going to be here for 2 more. Breathe in and breathe out. Last one. Breathe in and breathe out. Now, before you go running out of your frog pose, I want you to turn your toes in, pigeon toes, and I want you to push into the wall so that your back is pushing into the floor, and bring your knees and thighs together as fast as you can. You're going to get, again, a lot of sensation in your legs. Just stay with it. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. One more breath in, empty out, and then just start to shake your legs out, maybe side to side or some gentle little circles in your back. And while you're here, if you've got the space, take your knees to one side for a full twist. Opposite arm goes away, and maybe even your gaze goes out over that arm. And opposite side knees come up and drop. Opposite arm gaze, opposite arm and gaze here. And come back up to center. Let's go ahead and take another happy baby while we're here. Checking in. Wow, mine feels a lot lighter than my first one. That's a great observation. Maybe notice how you were feeling at the beginning of practice compared to how you're feeling right now. And then whenever you're ready, go ahead and make your way onto your back. Let's slide around here. Lengthening out onto your mat. Let's go ahead and extend 1 foot long and hug the opposite knee into chest. And just take a couple little circles here. Maybe you want to take a couple of ankle circles, foot flexes. At this time, feel free to take any final stretches. Since we're here on our back, we're going to make our way into our final rest, which is Savasana or corpse pose. This morning, I just want you to take that time. Any final stretches that you've been working on, could be plow or shoulder stand. And when you're feeling comfortable, ready to rest, just make your way onto your back, maybe taking butterfly feet or letting your legs just lay out. Perhaps you want to take hands out or hands to heart center. Whatever feels comfortable and is a place that you can be in for a few moments to be still. Go ahead and get into that spot. And close your eyes and start to notice your breath. I want you to take deep breaths, lengthening, pausing at the top, and exhaling. And just start to settle into your Savasana, noticing the heavy feeling of stillness. You notice your mind starting to wander. Take a big breath to recenter. Start to wiggle fingers and toes, and take a deep breath in. Start to bring motion into your legs and arms, making your way to your side for infant's pose. And when you're ready, join me seated. Feel free to close your eyes. Maybe you relax your hands in your lap or on your knees. And let's draw our palms together at heart center. Pressing your thumb knuckles to heart center, take a deep breath and set an intention for your day. It could be a simple I am statement. It could be a statement about your heart. Maybe pure thought, pure love, pure intention. Anything. And just meditate on that for a couple of breaths. And then when you're ready, take a deep breath and let that go. Let's press thumb knuckles to forehead center. Thank you for sharing your practice with me this morning. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste. Fantastic. Have an amazing day. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you next time.